think of two people who go their separate ways, many times never to see each other again. But some divorces can bring a couple closer together. Meet Debbie and Paul. They were married for 7 years and have been divorced for another 7 years. Debbie met her present husband through Paul, and now she wants to help Paul meet a woman who can make him happy and also get him out of her hair. Let's welcome them both to the show. So you were married for 7 years. What was your married life like together?
We were like a brother and a sister, fighting all the time. We got married when we were 19. I was 19. I had dated him for 5 years. He was the only boy I dated, and we grew up together. And we were like a brother and a sister. We constantly bickering and fighting. And
so what was the final straw that made you get divorced?
I think we just kind of got tired of fighting about things, and you know, it's kind of like you're just, you know, me being laid off work, you fight about money, fight about this. I think we finally just got tired of fighting, you know.
I was pregnant twice. 2 times I was pregnant when he got laid off, and that's hard. That's real hard.
Plus, you were really young. It sounds to me
Yes.
like you just changed into different people.
Well, and I grew up, and he never did.
But I have fun.
But you have a good time. Oh, is that it? Did you wanted to have fun or
I wanted
get
a
wild?
husband, and I felt like I had 3 little children instead of 2 or what have you. You know, he was like another kid.
But how did you manage to remain such good friends? Divorce is usually a very painful process.
Yes, it is. I don't know. I guess we both felt that it was important to stay friends for the sake of the children. You know, you want your children to have a healthy self-esteem about themselves, and if you're tearing down their father or their mother, they can't view themselves in a healthy way. And life is too short to make each other miserable. So,
God, well said, but I mean, that's not the reality in this country. I mean, divorce is usually a disaster. I mean, you're so fortunate to be so close.
we were separated for almost a year, and we shared the same checkbook until the day of our divorce. And we drove together to the courthouse. We had our divorce. We went out to eat afterwards, and we shook hands, and we shook hands, and we agreed, let's get along for the kids. Let's not tear each other down. We're going to do this right.
I think that is just wonderful. Now, why exactly do you want to set him up on a date?
He's around a lot, and I feel like I have 2 husbands, and at times that's great. It's great to have 2 husbands sometimes, but not all the time, because it's hard enough to please one man, much less 2.
Not that way, no.
Backward step. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. There's nothing funky going on here.
No, get your mind out of the gutter.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's back. All right. Now, is it true that you met your husband now through your ex-husband?
Yeah, I actually did. They were involved in the same singles group at church, and I began to direct the choir at this church. And my present husband sat under my nose for a whole year, and I never noticed him.
Now, how does your husband now feel about your relationship with Paul?
What do you think?
We get along okay most of the time, you know. I'm not sure if he feels odd about it now and then, you know, but we get along pretty good. A lot of times when there's maybe disagreements between me and her, me and him can talk about it better than what me and her can.
Yeah, when he calls me up on the phone and chews me out and I'm left in tears, Michael can call up and go, hey, you know, and he just kind of smooths it all over, and it's great.
That's great. Now, what kind of woman are you looking for Paul?
Someone that's strong, that when he does try to be a little too bossy, that she can hold her own and you know, keep the balance there. And somebody that would love my children, that would be nice. And somebody that'll like me.
Because you go along with the package, it seems.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Now, do you like your single life, Paul? I mean, do you necessarily want to get remarried?
Not particularly. At times, you know, I enjoy the fact that, you know, I can do what I want when I want most of the time, and a lot of times on my work, I'll go out of town. But there's at times, you know, I get lonely. I figure the right woman comes along, I'll consider it.